We're so excited because Hoda's best friend in the world is here. Y'all probably know her. We love her, Karen Swensen.
You guys have heard me talk about Karen, how important she's been in my life. I first met her a long time ago. We worked together in New Orleans. We hit it off right away. She's always full of light. She's full of energy. She's full of joy when she stops by our studio. But like a lot of people, she's been navigating a lot of changes in her life, and we're going to talk about that in a second. But first, I want you to get to know Karen a little better.
My name is Karen Swensen. I'm a mom. I am a widow. I am an entrepreneur. I've been a journalist for 28 years. Instead of doing the news of the day, I think it's time to sort of cherry pick the stories I want to tell.
A new adventure after one heck of a ride. So thank you, New Orleans. Here's to you.
I've been saying recently, if you can't quiet the whisper, you have to listen to it. The whisper was, you have stories to tell and you have almost like a lifestyle mantra to share, and that is life's about change. Life's About Change actually was born out of an interview I had done with the guys who created Life is Good. I was in the midst of my own little post-Katrina pity party, and I remember thinking, life is not good. Life's about change. Life can be good if I shift my focus from what I lost to what I still have. And once I shifted my focus, once I gave up control of what happened and took control of how I reacted to it, everything changed. It was born out of a hurricane, but my gosh, once I really embraced that philosophy, it helped me navigate all of the changes to come. We made the decision to go back to New Orleans, and my husband had a wonderful job. And we were 6 months into it when he went for a routine colonoscopy, and the doctor took me into a separate room. She put my hands in hers, and she said, we see something, and it's not good. And that was the beginning of a roller coaster. My daughter was 9 years old at the time. There would be times when I would be sitting outside the waiting room for a surgery, and I would say the rosary over and over and over and over and over and over. I would not stop. And I remember one time I was saying it, and I looked up, and there was Hoda. I couldn't believe it. She finished a show, she got on a plane, she made it there before the surgeon came out. There's a picture of it. She's always been the optimist. When he came out of remission, there was a doctor. She says, go get a candle. Is it a candle? And she said, I want you to light it, and I want John to stare at that flame. And she said, that's his will. That's his inner spirit. That's his hope. That's his love for you and for Catherine. I want him to focus on that. The body will go where the mind takes it. He was given 13 months. He made it 72. I had a candle lit in my house around the clock, and I blew it out the day he passed. But I believe that that candle can represent anything, any hurdle, any challenge that someone is going through. When I put my coat on this morning, it was the first time I've worn a coat in forever. I was thinking about my husband, but I was also thinking, well, it's a new start. Let's do this. And I put my hands in my pocket. I still can't believe this. His glasses and his rosary beads were in my pocket. I was wondering what happened to both of them. This is what shows me that everything's gonna be okay, right? It's a new chapter, and it's good. And I think it's so important for anybody who's navigated a change that your life is very different, but your life can still be a joyous life. You're still gonna throw your head back and laugh till you cry.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. To get the, we're weepy,
Yeah.
but get those glasses.
Yeah.
I couldn't believe it. It was, I believe in signs. I also don't believe they're coincidences. So that day I left with the biggest grin on my face and just feeling more confident that this is meant to be.
Well, I love what you said about when John was sick, you looked for someone who had beaten it.
Yes. And yeah, when he was sick, we always looked for the one person that beat the odds. And when he passed, I looked for the widow that was still smiling.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it saw me through it, and it applies for any kind of change, right? All change is challenging, you know.
I got to watch you all in New Orleans a couple weeks ago. You came to see the kids.
It's fun to have you.
Well, and everybody knows you. You had a great job. It was steady for years and years. You were beloved. You are beloved. What does it feel like to take this change? You must feel brave.
I feel brave. I feel scared to death all at the same time. My parents are like, "You're going to make a paycheck?" I'm like, "I think so." I'm exhilarated. I feel like I'm living my purpose, or I'm getting there. Right?
I think it's funny because some change is forced on you and some you choose. You've had both.
Yes.
Because in this moment, you could have continued working and said, well, I'll wait.
Yes.
Let me wait till it's a little more, you know, you could have. So how did you decide, like, now is the time?
Again, it never stopped, right? I kept thinking, this has been going on since Katrina, which has been a long time. So I think when I realized, you know, I was going to be an empty nester, another big life change with my daughter going to college, and then I had a health scare, and I thought to myself, now or never. You've been given this amazing gift. And, you know, I had two doctors in different places say, you have an angel on your shoulder. I said, well, his name is John. So here we go. So,
And you know what? You're doing it. You're living your purpose in a way that's about service. Life's about change isn't just for you. It's for other people. Talk a little bit about what you're building.
Well, we are so excited, and we want to be just telling stories about people who have successfully navigated change, good and bad, because even when you're a new mom, that's completely stressful, right? So, you know, and I think anytime you can see somebody who's a little farther down the path on the similar journey, and they're still smiling, and they're still standing, sometimes that alone, you don't even need their nugget of advice. The fact that they're standing is enough that says, you know what, you can do it too. I can do it too. So to be able to share those stories and that kind of a community and support.
And the company is kind of built on everyday people who have overcome life changes, and they're helping you make the candles and do the things. This isn't like some factory situation somewhere.
No, and that's one of the beautiful things. So the women that are making our pottery were either they're escaping homelessness, they've been sex trafficked, they were victims of domestic violence. A veteran is making all of our hand blown glass. So as they are changing their lives, we're happy to share their stories with others.
Well, you're going to be using all of this to help us do a special series called Changing Chapters. So you're going to be including some stories about, do you have some in mind already? Or?
I do. There's, you know me. I have a few. There's one, the first one I think will likely be a Gold Star mother who has inspired me beyond measure to take a tragedy like that and turn it into something. The first woman who reached out to me was a young widow, right? She called me on Christmas Eve, and I thought, that takes guts. I didn't know her personally. She was a woman of notoriety in New Orleans. And I thought, oh my gosh, here she is telling me that it's going to be okay. She's got teenage kids and she's smiling, she's living life to the fullest. So here we go.
Well, we actually, I know you have a ton of people, but we need more people. So if you have successfully navigated through some major changes in your life, we want to hear from you. So head to hodaandjenna.com, tell us your story, hit that connect button, and share your story with us, and we may be able to feature it on the show.
Karen, we're so
awesome.
happy you're here. It's going to be incredible.
Thanks, Karen.
Thank you.